Alright, I tried to record this video using my document camera, and it didn't work. So now I'm trying to use my cell phone, so excuse me if it's a little bit shaky. But I've worked hard on this, and I really wanted you guys to be able to hear my voice and see my words. And I also wanted to upload this onto Edmodo so that you could see it more than once. Alright, you should have by now already done your starter that's written on the board and written in your agenda. I will tell you once more what the assignment is at the end of this lesson, but it is written on the board to your right and on the board to your left where you write down what's in your agenda. Alright, turn in your spirals to your next available page, and I want you to start your notes with the title Add and Subtract Unlike Fractions. We are on page 114 in the book. I'll try to slow down my talking because I know that you can't interact with me and ask me to slow down, but the sub should be able to pause the video and let you catch up with me. Plus, you can watch it again tonight on Edmodo. Alright, we are going to deal with unlike fractions, which are fractions with different denominators, or unlike denominators. Fractions with different denominators. Make sure you're writing in your notebook just what you see on the board that I'm writing. I already wrote this once while I tried to record it, so instead of rewriting it all, I'm just going to show you what I have written. Alright, to add or subtract unlike fractions. Here's what you're going to do. I've got a few steps. The first step is we have to find a common denominator. To find a common denominator, there's more than one technique, but one that I like to use is the birthday cake method. We use the birthday cake method to find the least common multiple, which is also called the least common denominator. Alright, to use the birthday cake method, first I want you to write down the example, negative 5/6 plus 3/10. Or sorry, negative 5/16 plus 3/10. We need to find the common denominator between 16 and 10. Now, one way you can do this is to just multiply the two denominators together, but in this case it's going to give us something really big and we don't need to get that big. So let's just try something else. We're going to put the two denominators next to each other, and actually, let me get a different color pen. Try to write and hold my camera at the same time. Notice how it's kind of an upside down division problem. Here's my 16 and here's my 10. I'm going to look for the smallest prime number that goes into both 16 and 10 and then do the division. The smallest prime number that goes into 16 and 10 is 2. So I do 16 divided by 2, which gives me 8, and 10 divided by 2, which gives me 5. Then I'm going to multiply, since there's nothing that goes into both 8 and 5, I'm done. So I'm going to multiply the 2 times the 8 times the 5. And when I do that, I get 80. So my least common denominator is 80. Alright, so that's what I'm going to use as my common denominator in the next step. Alright, step 2. Step 2 is we're then going to multiply the numerator by the same number that the denominator was multiplied by to get the common denominator. Those are a lot of words, I know. So we're going to multiply the numerator by the same number that the denominator was multiplied by to get the common denominator. my little quote that I wrote down here. Whatever you do to the bottom, you must also do to the top. Just like when we were dealing with equations. If we did something to one side of the equation sign, we had to do the same thing to the other side. We must be fair. All right, I'm going to turn the page in my notes. Sorry, I got to turn my phone around because my phone battery is dying. The joys of technology. I just want you all to know that it's 7:16 p.m. and I've been at school for 2 hours trying to make this work because I really wanted this video to be working for you guys. So I hope this works. I hope it works out well. All right, back to that example of negative 5/16 plus 3/10. We said that our new denominator is 80, so we're using 80 on both. We have to figure out what 16 multiplied by gives us 80, and it's 5. So whatever we multiply the bottom by, we have to do the same to the top. So we do 5 times 5, and we get 25, and because it's negative, it's going to be negative 25. On this one, 10 times 8 is 80, so 3 times 8 is 24. This should not be new information for you. So we have our common denominators. Now we're just going to add or subtract as we did when we had like fractions on Monday. Okay, we have notes about that. We're going to use our green foldable for integer rules. Notice that I highlighted it. It must mean I think it's important, huh? All right, so now that we have done that, we're going to, we've looked in our green foldable and we see that we have adding with different signs, which in the green foldable says we're going to subtract 25 minus 24, which is 1. And we're keeping the sign from the number with the greatest absolute value, which is negative. Our number is negative 1 over 80. Last thing we're always going to do is simplify. Is there anything that goes into both 1 and 80 besides 1? No, so we are simplified. So that is our answer for that example. Give you just a few more seconds to write that down. All right. I'm going to turn the page because I didn't have any room to do my 2 examples. All right, we're going to do 2 examples. Example A. The original problem, I already showed my work because I already did this problem once. 1/4 plus negative 2/3. Sorry, my finger got in the way. All right. Now, I need a common denominator. Correct? This is a problem that I can just look at the denominators and see that they're small numbers, so I can multiply them together to get their common denominator, which is going to be 12. So I rewrite knowing that 12 is my denominator. 4 times 3 got me 12. I have to do the same on the top. So 1 times 3 is 3. 3 times 4 is 12. So 2 times 4 is 8. I had a negative in my original, so negative goes here. And I know that my 12 is going to be my denominator for my answer. I'm adding with the different signs, positive and a negative, which means I subtract. 8 minus 3 is 5. And I keep the negative sign because the 8 has a greater absolute value than the 3. Notice how nice and neat my work is, especially the first time I did it. That's what I would like your work to be like today. All right, letter B. This time I have 2 mixed numbers with different denominators. In this case, the easiest thing to do is to create improper fractions. So this is where we do the whole number times the denominator, and then we add the numerator. 6 times 9 is 54, plus 2 is 56. So we have 56 over 9. On this one, 4 times 6 is 24, plus 5 is 29. Our denominator is still 6. Now, I have used the birthday cake method with my two denominators, 9 and 6. The smallest prime number that goes into both 9 and 6 is 3. And when I divide that, 9 divided by 3 is 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Nothing goes into 3 and 2, so I multiply these three numbers together. 3 times 3 is 9, times 2 is 18. Therefore, my common denominator for this problem is 18. 9 times 2 is 18, so I have to do 56 times 2, and you can see my work over here I got 112. It's negative because the original problem was negative. This one I had to do 6 times 3 to get 18, so I'm going to do 29 times 3. I did the work over here on the side, and I got 29 times 3 is 87. Sorry about the focus sometimes. Maybe my finger's in the way. All right. Again, I have addition with different signs. So I subtract 112 minus 87, which I got 25. And I put there over 18. It's negative because the 112 is bigger. And you can either write it as negative 25 over 18 or negative 1 7/18. Cannot be reduced, so I am finished. All right, I know that was kind of quick. The first time I recorded this, it took 23 minutes. This time it took 11. Probably because I'm tired and a little frustrated with technology right now. But I hope that you guys will take the time to watch this again tonight at home on Edmodo. If you didn't understand it, like I said, it's only, now I'm showing that it's 12 minutes. So your assignment, it's on the board to the right and on the board over behind my desk, and now it's right here, page 116 to 118. You're going to do 11, 16, 21, 26, 27, 28, 32, and 43. Okay, you should have already written this down in your agenda. So you're going to turn the page in your notes, and you are going to start your assignment page. Name, today's date is the 19th. Whatever your hour is, and then write the assignment. Please work quietly on the assignment. Do as much as you can. If you need to ask for help, politely, very, very politely, raise your hand and wait for the substitute teacher to come and ask you what you need help with, okay? Please be polite and courteous at all times. We will grade this first thing tomorrow when you are finished. If you finish before the bell rings, please make sure that you have something else to work on, whether it's drawing a picture, reading a book, working on an assignment from another class. Please don't be loud, don't talk. One person talking creates a lot of talking for the rest of the class. So I appreciate you guys working hard today and being patient with my use of technology, and I really think this will be a good thing to use in the future. I just got to get better at it. So I will see you guys, my volleyball girls, I'll see you at practice after school today. Everybody else, I will see you on Thursday morning. Have a good day. Bye.